Well, if you're a complete fanboy or fangirl for $1 Million Listing Los Angeles, then you know who the Altman Brothers are just as much as I do. But did you know the Altman Brothers are now in San Diego? And we have two members here from the team. We've got Ryan Ahern is here. How you doing, Ryan?
Doing well. Thanks
Good
for
to see
having
you.
me.
Guy Ravid is here. What's up, Guy? How are
Derrick,
you doing? Good
excellent.
To see you. All right, guys. So first of all, let's talk about the story. I mean, I want to get to the value. I want to know why should we use the Altman Brothers to sell our luxury home. I want to know all those questions. I do. But I'm so curious because I'm such a fanboy of $1 Million Listing Los Angeles, the show. I love the Altman Brothers. My favorite guys. I've met Josh personally before. Seems like such a cool cat. So I watch every episode, and I'm into this. And I'm seeing the Altman Brothers are coming to San Diego, and I'm freaking out over here. So, Guy, tell us, like, how did this happen, man?
So Ryan and I had been selling real estate for a while, and I don't want to say we're getting bored with it, but let's say we want a little more challenge in our life. And I've had this connection for a while. So I went to high school in Boston. I'm sure you can tell from my accent. I actually grew up in South Africa, but finished high school in Boston. And so I grew up with the Altman Brothers.
Really?
Matt and I played soccer together. Josh was the younger brother. We kicked around a little bit. And then we all sort of made our way out west. And we had this connection and relationship that we stayed in touch over the years. And while they were developing up in LA, we were expanding down here in San Diego. And we connected with them. The timing was just right, where we thought they're ready to plant more of a footprint in San Diego. And we wanted to make the steps into the luxury market. So
Yeah, timing was just kind of perfect. We made the decision a long time ago that we're going to move into a luxury division as well. Had lunch with the Altmans. They had a need down here, and it was just kind of a perfect match. The stars aligned, and it's been working out really well.
That's super cool.
the timing was just right.
So when we say luxury real estate in San Diego, so where I'm from in Missouri, a luxury home is in like $500-600, plus. Is a luxury crazy house. So what are we talking in San Diego terms? What does luxury mean for Southern California?
So I think it's a wide range, but I think anything north of 5 million is luxury, but there's a big gap in between, right? I mean, you can't get anything on the ocean for less than 15 nowadays.
Yeah.
But really the value when you're talking about that luxury division and what being a part of the Altman Brothers is adding is they have a global dominance. We have the local expertise, they have the global reach. So the reason for us to partner with the Altman Brothers that really adds so much value to anybody looking to sell in the luxury market in San Diego is that we will reach everybody on the planet a lot faster than anybody else will.
Gotcha. So, and that was going to be one of my questions, because when you go to sell a luxury property, it's a very unique thing. I watch the show, so I know all the stuff that they do, to try to find the right buyer. Because there's not that big of a buyer pool, let's say. So what you're saying is your pool is bigger, your pool is worldwide now because you're connected with the Altmans.
Correct. And I mean, to a certain degree, when you get to that level, north of 20 million, it really is almost a needle in a haystack, and you have to find the perfect buyer for that house. So having that global reach is really a added value.
It's a huge value, yeah, because I mean, without that, what are you doing? I mean, Facebook ads to people for $12 million house probably isn't going to be the solution to sell it.
Not many people looking for those in San Diego. Give them the example of the 20 million in La Jolla on what happened with that situation and how the Altman Brothers came in and saved that deal.
Exactly. So Ryan's referring to a very special house that's pretty well known here in San Diego, referred to as the Razor House. That was on the market for several months with the local broker.
255 days.
And they weren't able to sell it. And suddenly the Altmans came in and brought in a buyer because of their network of people that were able to get it sold very quickly.
So that property was bought by very A-list celebrity, we won't mention names, but that particular buyer was not even looking for a property in San Diego, let alone La Jolla or anything. They were not looking for that.
Right.
Because of our global reach, we were able to put that property in front of that particular person. How did we do that? Well, we have that person's contact info.
Right. Yeah.
Big difference between what a local agent can do compared to local expertise with a global reach. Within 14 days, that particular buyer bought the Razor House.
That is incredible. As I was just going to say, like, how do you market something like this? Because you said that buyer didn't even know they wanted the house. So sometimes a buyer who's buying a luxury real estate doesn't even know they want it. You got to really get it in front of them. Right. And like I said, the social media ads.
That's the big difference in the luxury world. So we have to put these properties in front of them. They might not be looking for a property at that time, but if it's the right property for them, they'll buy it. And we're the ones with the biggest reach to be able to put those properties in front of them, which a lot of local agents don't have that ability.
Yeah.
Another great example of that is just a few months ago, we sold a house in Encinitas that is to date one of the highest selling, isn't it the highest?
Is it a record breaker? It's the
record
highest
breaker.
selling home that's not right on the water.
Not right
It's
on the water, in Encinitas.
fifth highest sale in the zip code's history.
No, everybody said we wouldn't sell it for the price we were asking for. We had it in escrow in 10 days. So again, it's about
4 days,
having-
all cash, 10-day close. Very, very, very quickly. All of the other local brokers that were interviewed, sellers obviously picked us. They said we were nuts for putting it up for that, and 4 days later it was gone.
Yeah.
Wow.
So it's that global reach that really helps us to find the perfect buyer for the luxury house that they're looking for.
Because San Diego real estate has become international. I think that's something
Yeah.
that people are starting to realize.
Yeah.
That I've been saying this for 10 years, it was going to happen, that we've been a secret. San Diego was a secret for a long time.
Yeah.
It made no sense why certain other markets were more expensive, like San Francisco and so forth. It just made no sense to me. And the secret's out, okay? And so the fact that you guys have an ability to tap into that and to show people, hey, San Diego, we're on the map, here's what's available.
Yeah.
Because really here, a lot of people in the luxury real estate space, I'd love to know if you guys have talked to the Altmans about this, San Diego's a huge discount for what you can get in comparison to a lot of the luxury markets. Talk about New York, Vancouver, San Francisco, even LA. Huge discount price per square foot wise down here. But in my opinion, and I think in a lot of people's opinion, much nicer place to live.
So you're right, and not just that it's a discount, but also because of how much more traffic and how busy LA has become, San Diego doesn't feel so far away. And I remember when I graduated from my undergrad degree here at UCSD, and I ran from San Diego because it felt boring to me. And then I went and I did 11 years in Los Angeles, and after a few more years in other places, I was very excited to come back to San Diego because now I realize all the great things about it and all the value you get. And you're right, 100% right. People in LA and in general around the world are noticing how much more affordable it can be, relatively speaking. You might spend 25 for what you can get for 15 million.
Well,
here
yeah,
in
and
San
our
Diego.
$9 million one that we just sold, most of the LA
yeah.
brokers said this would easily go for $20 million
Right,
in
exactly.
LA. So
Right.
yeah, they're on sale down here in the luxury world.
It won't be like that forever, I don't think.
No, that's not, there's record-breaking sales happening all the time right
Yeah.
now. So.
Yeah, that's incredible. So guys, we have a special announcement to make, right here, right on the show. For the first time publicly, this announcement is going to be made. So who's going to make the announcement?
Go ahead.
We've got a world-class, talented realtor joining our team as we forage into this luxury division here in San Diego with the Altman Brothers. So the new guy joining our team as part of the Altman Brothers San Diego is Mr. Josh Pono.
We are lucky enough to have this guy. He's been crushing it in real estate, and we are just really blessed to have him. So
All right,
I'll get out
Josh, come on down. All right, Josh, so tell us what you're excited about as far as joining the Altman Brothers team here in San Diego.
There's a lot of things to be excited about. The Altman brand obviously has been on, global market and been pushing for years, and it's arguable that there's anybody that even comes close to doing it the same way. I have spent a long time just honing in on the craft and focusing on the marketing and the lead generation and all the business side to bring a different element that's been missing in some of the luxury teams in the market in regards to how they attract additional business outside of a TV show, outside of this. And we're pretty excited to be working with the team together to make a splash.
Yeah.
What Josh brings is fun. He's energetic, he's enthusiastic, never short on laughs and a good time when Josh is in the room. So between the three of us, it's really a great environment.
Yeah, well, I mean, you've got probably the biggest real estate brand name, individual team brand name in the world.
Yeah.
A lot of that has to do with the $1 Million Listing LA TV show,
Right.
which I believe they're shooting right now, new episodes,
Correct.
right?
Yeah.
For which I can't wait for. I've been waiting. It feels like forever. It always seems like forever when you have to wait for the next season to come out.
Well, it won't be too long before you see some of our listings on that show too.
I was going to say, I was just going to ask that. Man, you guys have predicted all my questions today. This has been super crazy. So you guys are going to be probably making a cameo or two, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it always depends on the clients, the buyers and sellers. So on one of the last houses we sold, the Altmans would have liked to feature her on the show. The producers would have, I should say. And but the clients were a little too private. So, but that's something they deal with all the time up in LA as
Certainly,
well. So
yeah.
that was our first experience with getting turned down for it, but there'll be plenty more.
Yes, well, I mean, I think that's one of the things that's really important, and I think you guys are great at doing that, and the Altmans are great at doing that, maintaining privacy for people.
Of course.
Even though there's a TV show involved and there's things like that going on, the client's privacy is the #1 priority. So if they want to have fun and be involved and do the TV thing, cool, connecting with the producers, make it happen. If not, want to stay completely and totally private,
Absolutely.
then that's what you guys will focus
Absolutely.
on.
At the end of the day, that's just a TV show. That's for entertainment. That's great marketing. But our first priority is the clients, the deal, looking after them, making sure everything is happy.
Well, this is terrific, guys. I'm really excited for you. I'm excited to see the Altman Brothers signs on some luxury properties here in San Diego, and excited to see you guys on the show soon. So thanks for coming in, Guy.
Thanks, Derrick.
Josh,
Appreciate
appreciate
it.
your time.
Absolutely.
Thank you guys so much.
All right.
Hey, the Altman Brothers are in San Diego. Spread the word. Share this with your friends.